Hello and welcome back to Defense Info, a one-stop solution for all your defense needs. So today I am Shubham, presenting you the latest notification that has been just published by the Indian Air Force regarding AFCAT-01 2021. Yes guys, the notification is out, for which we were waiting for long, and today in this video we'll be discussing about all the details that have been actually given out in the notification about the vacancies, about how can you apply, and what all privileges and what all things that you will be getting in. So we'll be discussing everything, so don't need to worry. This video might go a bit long because I'll be covering each and every point that you see over in here in the screen in detail, because that is very important. Because the thing is, most of the students, they don't go go through the notification very thoroughly, and they end up getting in doubts and all. Okay, so if you go through the notification once, this will clarify all your doubt, and should you have any at the end of the video, feel free to comment. Okay, so let's begin. Guys, yes, this is one thing that I wanted to touch upon, because this I just saw that most of you who have been watching the video are not actually subscribing to the channel, and you are watching the content. Of course it is great, we appreciate, but then if you consider subscribing our channel, actually this will be beneficial for you, as you will be the one who will be getting the notifications about all the videos that we are going to post in the future, the very moment whenever we are pushing it out, the first instance. Okay, you will be getting it. And of course guys, do hit the like button and that bell button, of course. Okay, and like and share as much as possible. Okay, so considering that you've already done, let's begin. Okay, so this is about the opening and closing date. Firstly, the foremost important thing, I'll just bring in the pointer out here. Okay, so basically all the men and women, as per the Indian Citizenship Act, of course, that goes without saying, are eligible for the commissioned officers in flying and ground duty. Okay, so the posts that are flying and ground duty, and ground duty in turn, it contains technical and non-technical branches, of course. Okay, and the registrations, they will open on 1st of December and will close on 30th of December. I'll just highlight it for your okay, so this is the point, 1st and 30th. So 1st is your opening, 30th is your closing. Okay, I hope that was okay, done. Okay, now we'll talk about the courses commencing. When are the courses actually commencing? So they are commencing in January 2022. Okay, and this is of course with the simultaneous entry, that is the NCC special entry. So again, both of the entries, they go simultaneously, right? Now when we talk about the branches out here, so which all branches are there? Now again, I'll bring in pen. Okay, so basically they are for short service commission, right? In flying branch, in and permanent commission, of course. Yeah, so permanent commission in the ground duty and non-technical branches. Okay, yeah, hold on. Yes, chalo. So this is for flying branch. You'll have actually the short service only, and for PC you will have ground duty. So there is no PC in case of your flying, but for ground duty, technical and non-technical, you have both PC as well as SSC. So it is very important, if you are opting for PC branch, then of course you have to give preference to technical and non-technical branches, because flying is only for SSC. And if you want PC in flying, then you will be going for the CDS entry, CDS flying, which gives you PC. Okay, but in AFCAT there is no PC in flying. So this is the thing. And NCC special entry scheme is also simultaneously published with this thing only. Okay, so all those who are eligible for both, they can apply for both separately. I'll talk about that in the later part of the video. Okay. Okay, so now the important thing, branch wise vacancy, how much is the vacancy? So I don't know, many of you have observed it or not, but the thing is, Indian Air Force have been increasing the vacancy with time now, because they also realize that the intake of officers, it is pretty much less, and they need to intake it more. So for flying, they have published the 69 vacancies this time, both including men and women, right? For PC, technical, that is, it is for electronics. AEL is for electronics and AEM is for mechanical. So electronics guys, you have 27 for PC and 40 for SSC. And simultaneously for the mechanical one, you have 12 for PC and 17 for SSC. Okay, so do take note of it. And for non-technical, again, there are three sections: administration, accounts, and logistics. So for administration, you have 12 PC and 19 SSC. Accounts, for you have 6 permanent seats and short service 10 seats. And for again logistics, you have 9 permanent and short service 14. Now you need to take note of one thing for all the female candidates out there, because females are not eligible for PC this time. Okay, not for this time only, but this has been a rule that they're not considered for the PC as of yet, right? Although Supreme Court has passed the judgment, but then as of now, like direct intake for PC, it's not happening. Maybe from internally it will happen with due course of time. So you'll be only based on the SSC seats for all the female candidates. And for NCC special entry, if I talk about, it is only for the flying branch, and there is a 10% seat of serious vacancies reserved for PC for the NCC special entry guys, and for AFCAT 10% seat for SSC. Okay, so this is the thing for the NCC special entry scheme guys. Now this is only tentative, okay, and this will depend upon a lot of factors, as they have already mentioned. So actual intake would depend on organizational requirements, but it has been seen over the past that they have only been taking more number of candidates than the allotted seats. So every time it happens, few more candidate actually goes other than the seat. So they have been taking more candidates. So you don't need to worry. As of now, they have published 235 seats if you add up all of them. But then in the end, maybe say 10-12 seats will increase more or less, right? So this is not official. This is from my end, but this has been happening. Okay, so that's why I told you. Okay, so of course here 2 seats are also reserved for ground duty non-tech vacancies for law qualified students. For all the law qualified students, if you have done LLB and all, so 2 seats will be reserved in the non-tech vacancy. So do take note of that. Okay, now if I talk about the commission, the type of commission is PC for men. I've already discussed about it. So all those who would be joining as PC officers will continue to serve till the age of superannuation. It is 60 to 65, right? Depending upon the branch rank. And SSC for men and women, so it is 14 years initially, and it is non-extendable, right? And the initial tenure for SSC officer in ground duty, it would be period of 10 years. Then you can apply for extension of another 4 years, which will be granted subject to suitability of your willingness and merit and vacancies, and all those factors will come into play at that point of time. Now, grant of permanent commission, this would be only considered during the last 1 year of service. Again, that will depend upon your ACR record and everything. Okay, willingness, suitability, and merit, everything comes into play at that point of time, right? Okay. Now, the important factor, age. Which age group of people can apply? So talking about age here, now for flying branch, the age is 20 to 24. Okay, 20 to 24. So the candidate should be born between 2 January 1998 and to 1 January 2002. So it should be inclusive of both the dates. So you cannot be born upper than this age or lower than this age. So you have to be somewhere in between this age. Okay, and of course there is an upper age limit for candidates who are holding commercial pilot license, CPL license. So they can be relaxed up to 26 years. It has been already mentioned. So for them it is 2nd January 96 to 1st January 2002. And for ground duty technical and non-technical branches, the age is for 20 to 26 years. So as of January 2022, you should be born between 2nd January 96 and inclusive of both the dates of 1st January 2002. So both the dates inclusive, you have to be born in between. Just do take note of it, whether you are eligible for it or not. Okay. Now, talking about the detailed notification, if you are thinking of it, then I must tell you, detailed notification as of yet has not been made available by the Indian Air Force. Neither on their website it has been updated. So once it is updated, I'll be making a dedicated video on that also, regarding educational qualification, medical, everything. I'll be covering it up. But as of now, since they have not published a detailed one, it's just only a poster kind of a thing which they have taken out. So I'm making the video basis on this. Once it is out, I'll be doing it, don't worry. It's the same thing, medical standards, educational qualification, selection procedure, everything I'll be discussing in detail once the detailed notification comes out. Okay. Now, training and stipend, and this is one of the favorite parts, most awaiting part. Many of you may be awaiting, right, for this. What would be the stipend and training, and where would we be going and all. Okay. So training will commence in the first week of January. Okay. And merit will come say in the December 2021, right, almost. So you will have around 20-25 days after your merit publishes. Okay. Now the training will happen at Air Force Academy Dundigal, without any saying AF Academy, and the duration of training for flying and ground duty technical branches is 74 weeks. So for all the candidates who are for technical and flying branch, they would be going for 74 weeks. So that is more than a year, right? And that of ground duty non-technical, it is just 52 weeks. So less than a 1 year, right? So this is the thing. And PAN card and account in SBI / nationalized bank is mandatory at the time of joining Air Force Academy for reversing your amount, and Aadhaar card is obviously mandatory for registration. Without Aadhaar card, you won't be allowed to register yourself. Okay, so do take note of that. And also check the discrepancies. Many of candidates, they mail me and keep on asking me about the variation in name and address and all. So don't have that problem of name or address or some other issues, because later on it becomes an issue. Okay, so what is IAF offering you? You must also be having some expectations and all, right? So the pay on commissioning, as per the 7th CPC which has been implemented, you will be commissioned in the rank of flying officer, and you will be getting the pay band you will be in the pay band of 56,100 to 1,77,500. Okay, this is level 10, and your military service pay will be 15,500. Okay, so this will be add on with this once you get commissioned. Okay, but once you are in the academy and you are in training session, you will be only getting 56,100 per month of stipend. Okay, sounds good. Okay, chalo. Now talking about allowances. So in addition to the pay, the government jobs, they have their own perk and everything, right? So of course in the Air Force they also give it out, and they have got allowances which are based on the applicable nature of duty, place of posting, whether you are flying branch, your technical branch, your field area, special compensatory hill area, special forces, Gadood forces, whether you are posted in Siachen has got its different pay scale, right? So these are allowances which are given to you depending upon your role that you play in the organization. Okay, now talking about privileges. Okay, so privileges are Air Force officers are entitled to furnished accommodation. All of you who have been to the AFSB establishments and all, you must have seen already how much furnished and how much that luxury is things are, and it not only covers that, it covers your medical cover for yourself and dependents. For example, if I say, like, tomorrow you get commissioned, and after many years you get married and you settle down in life, you will have yourself, your family to look after, your dependents, So of course Indian Air Force is looking after all of them. Once you join the Indian Air Force, you'll have canteens, officers, mess, loans at very subsidized rates, you know, and LTC available, 60 days annual leaves and 20-day casual leaves, you know. So every privilege you'll be getting, and I think apart from these privileges, the biggest privilege that all the defense aspirants like you will be, donning this uniform. What is a bigger privilege than wearing this uniform, right? So donning this uniform itself isn't a big privilege, right? Many just dream about it, and you have taken this noble step to join the force. That is like in itself is a very bigger step. Okay, so talking about the next factor here is insurance. About again, this is just a normal this thing that you will be provided a 1 crore insurance. Again, this is a huge hefty amount applicable to serving officers, and additional cover of 12 lakhs. Of course, it will be provided to the flying branch officers. Of course, this goes without saying that it will be on contribution when you contribute from your payment. Sports and adventure. So all the sports lovers, adventure lovers, this is one of the perfect field where you can join in, and it provides state of art facilities to play various sports and adventure activities. So all those who have been skydiving, microlight flying, water rafting, this is a women's Indian Air Force team. So the life is very dynamic, adventurous, and this thing particularly, if you want to actually do it, you can only do it in be in either of the armed forces out here. So this thing no other organization provides you. Okay, so choice is yours. Important instructions. So enough of skydiving and paragliding. So let's get back to this important instructions out here. So what is important in it? Yes, important thing in this is about the eligibility. So all the eligible candidates, they can register online separately for AFCAT and NCC. For all those candidates who are eligible for both, not just for AFCAT, for both, you can apply for both entries separately. You will have both SSBs separately. Okay, so just for AFCAT, this is a normal process that you will just go on the site and register yourself in the AFCAT website. But for NCC special entry also, you will have the option to register yourself in the separate entry. Okay, now tattoo policy. Now this is one of the sections when a lot of candidates they ask doubts whether, like, I'm having tattoo on this part, whether it is permissible or not, and whatnot. So I'll cover this thing. Now see, permanent body tattoos, they are only permitted on inner face of forearm from inside of elbow to the wrist. Now you can just imagine whether your tattoo is basically in that part or not, and on the reverse side of palm oblique back dorsal side of hand. Permanent body tattoos on any other body part are not acceptable. Tribes with tattoo marks on the face or body part as per the existing customs and tradition will be permitted on a case to case basis. So see, the traditional thing is a different one that I can even think of, or the IAF also can think of. But the thing is, I'll suggest each and every one of you who has got a tattoo or is planning to have a tattoo, don't go for it, right? Because ultimately you will be in a situation wherein you'll be panicked, unnecessarily harassed, right? Matlab, you'll be in a situation wherein you'll just think, why the hell did I get this tattoo? So don't get tattoos and all. Even if you have, try and have some solution to it. Try and get it removed. Okay. Otherwise, if it is a tribal tattoo, then I don't think it should be an issue unless and until it follows the guidelines. Okay. So that was regarding the tattoo policy. Narcotics, of course, any organization bans this kind of drugs use and all. So candidates tested for presence of drugs in the body during medicals and subsequently training service, you'll be directly debarred, right? And that will be a very big red mark on your career, right? Okay. Fees for exam. Now for all the candidates, this is to discourage those candidates who are not interested, who just come on the website and register for nothing. So this is to discourage those candidates. IAF actually plays a non-refundable examination fee because they were candidates who were not serious. They just used to come, fill out the application and all. So this is just to discourage them and to encourage actually the serious ones, right? So you'll have to pay an amount of rupees 250, which is non-refundable as an examination fee. But candidates who are registering for NCC special entry, they don't need to pay anything. Okay, so for NCC special entry, don't pay anything. But for AFCAT, you need to pay, which will the mode of payment will be available while registering. Okay. Now, marital status. I hope everyone is a bachelor here. But if you're not, don't worry. But you should be candidates below 25 years of age must be unmarried. So if you are above 25, okay. Widows and widowers and divorcees with or without encumbrances below 25 years of age are also not eligible. So 25 years unmarried is a must. Okay. Communication details. This is one of the very important factors out here. You have to maintain a registered email ID which you are in possession of, and you have it primarily with you and haven't forgotten password, or you access it on a day-to-day basis, because this is the location where you will be receiving everything starting from your registration, your recommendation, you contact from your AFSBs, or maybe say regarding merit formation, merit email. Everything will be based on your email ID, right? And mobile phone number too. So you'll have to maintain it for that active period, because in case if you lose it out or something like that happen, then that issue gets pretty much complex. Then you have to again update it and all, but that gets a very complex process. So I would rather suggest you to go for a hassle-free process. Just maintain it, have a active mobile phone number which you actively use. That's it. Okay, no amendments. Now, what do I mean by no amendments? No amendments is basically that while filling up the application form, everything that you fill in will be considered final. So be very cautious, right? And fill in every detail with very much precaution, because no amendments will be allowed. So a lot of candidates, they enter the name or enter the date of birth or enter something or the other details wrongly, and then they say that sir, I did that, I did this, but at that point of time no one will listen to you. Okay, so be very precautious about it. Traveling allowance, of course, all those who qualify the examination, you'll be appearing for the AFSB, but again traveling allowance is for only those who are actually going for the first time or are actually going for the first permanent commission entry. Okay, so TA is actually offered twice to a candidate, for a PC and for a SSC. So if you have been to SSC earlier and have already taken TA there, so you can claim TA for PC over here. Okay, so TA will be admissible as per the government authorized rules. Of course, AC 3 chair will be up till allowed, to and fro traveling allowance. The flight tickets and all, they are not considered. You will be paid as per the AC chair car or AC 3 tier. That amount will be paid to you. Okay. And if you have been to the same type of entry at any selection board, you will not be of course given, because same type means that you have availed the same commission previously. Okay, so that is not the case out here. Now, physical fitness, of course, this is just an advice, okay, and not an order, that you need to be physically fit. Of course, when you are tackling the GTO tasks, when you are doing individual obstacles, you need to be at least physically fit to undergo all the obstacles and do it successfully. Otherwise, you may end up harming up yourself. So it is advisable that you run 1 mile, which is equivalent to 1.6 kilometers in 10 minutes. This time is humongous, although 10 push-ups and mere 3 chin-ups. Okay, so you are advised that you keep yourself in a good physical condition, because suppose if you get recommended, you get medically fit, then you need to actually adapt yourself according to the training standard of the academy, and that is pretty much rigorous, that we don't do it in regular life. Otherwise, if you are, then so that is very good. Otherwise, do these things, keep your medical this thing fit, right? Okay, now all the queries to whom it is to be registered. This all queries are for conduct of online examination, registration process, or any sort of admit card procedure. Like if you want to get something amended or something of that nature, you can contact on these numbers or email afcatsell@cdec.in. Please be very sure you note it down, or you keep these numbers somewhere or the other, because otherwise at a later stage you supposedly get a problem, then you're not able to address, and then you keep on finding numbers from here and there, and you end up wasting a lot of time there. So it is advisable that you just keep it in your notes section of mobile phone or something or the other, where you can just access it easily. And moreover, after your interview, your merit list, medical formation, everything, you'll be contacting through this number, and the toll free number is also given out here. You can just note it down. Okay, now did the disclaimer part. Okay, so disclaimer here is nothing very rocket science here. Information that is given in the advertisement and all, they are just guidelines, right? In case of any ambiguity, the government is free to change its regulations and everything, and it can amend from time to time. And terms and conditions given in the advertisements are only guidelines and subject to change without notice. So that's the same thing, right? Statutory warning is regarding all those jack system. You can relate, all of who have been to SSB and all, you must have heard somewhere or the other, right? So only in the Indian Air Force, be it in any defense force or something like that, it is totally fair and merit based, that I can guarantee you of. And attempt to influence the selection process at any stage will obviously lead to cancellation of your candidature, and maybe initiation of service or legal action. So don't get involved if someone says that give me this much money, I'll make it do. No, believe in yourself, believe in merit. Okay, work hard for yourself, and of course you will live the dream that you have been dreaming of. Okay, so that was just a warning. Now guys, so that was all about the points that was actually mentioned in the notification, and I just elaborated it in detail. Okay, and that brings to an end to the video. And guys, this is the Air Force Academy, you can see out here, right? This is the bus actually which comes to take you, when you are to report for the Air Force Academy. So this is one of the pictures of the bus that came, who took us. So this is the thing. And guys, so consider liking, share with your friends, and of course most importantly, do subscribe our channel, because that will give the motivation in us also, that yes, you want that content, you want this thing, and we'll work hard equally with you. So share with your friends, guys, and keep us sharing, and of course like and subscribe as always. So this will help us in bringing the family a much more fruitful one and a bigger one. Okay, so having said that, we'll see in the next video when I'll discuss with the detailed procedure. Okay, so goodbye.